Derrida and Ricoeur place themselves in a very interesting ethical space that is slightly indeterminate, but what it definitely is not is a liberal space. And so that doesn't make them illiberal, because they are not defenders of authoritarian rule, and they are not defenders of the end of parliamentary democracy. But they are also not defenders of those concepts that would defend parliamentary democracy. And they are not able to equip us with reasons that would allow us to distinguish between their notion of authenticity, or their notion of questioning, or their notion of personhood, and what we now think of as a populist, which I find a very interesting challenge. So if you come from Derrida and Ricoeur, you can find very good ways of criticizing proceduralism, technocracy, liberal imperialism, like in Fukuyama that I talked about last week. On the other hand, they also point to this difficulty that a sort of Platonic orientation of philosophy has when it comes to bad rulers. So if you have a Platonic ruler gone wrong, if you have somebody who says he's virtuous and is not, it's a classical Platonic problem. What criteria could you then have for saying that there's a difference between the virtuous and the non-virtuous? Well, Derrida could say, the unvirtuous stays too much on the level of facts, or, instrumentalizes the ghost, or, Ricoeur could say that they are not dialogical. But these arguments are not very strong.